Hey y'all, it's your boy Big Mike. You know that dude you be seeing on the streets and be like, hey, ain't that dude that be doing them YouTube videos? Yeah, that's me. And for today's topic, we're going to be talking about committed relationships. Whether it's boyfriend and girlfriend or you're married, it's pretty much the same thing if you're in love with this person. And like while I'm talking about this, I got a little chicken tenders and some filleted fish with some hot sauce and a few slices of bread to get my little munch on over here because it's after 1 p.m. and I haven't had my breakfast, or now that it's after 1, it's kind of a late lunch kind of situation. So let me just dive in real quick. I was hoping to have my co-host, Miss Michelle, who was on another one of my videos where we were talking about religion versus science, and I thought that went pretty well, but she had something else to do, so I'm riding solo today. But I'm sure that she'll be co-hosting with me on another video real soon. Now that I got a little something on my stomach, I can breathe, can think clearly. But today's generation is a little different with how y'all go about y'all relationships. As far as commitment goes, there ain't no for better or worse or thick and thin kind of situation. Not that you have to be married. My grandmother, she lived to be like 96 years old, and she was older than her husband by a few years. Maybe 5 or 7, somewhere up in there. But they were married for over 55 years, and her son, my mother's younger brother, he was married to his wife for more than 50 years also. And he just passed like in 2020, but he was just like 70 something, like 72, I think it was, 72 years old. Him and Rance Allen were born on the same day and died on the same day. I thought that was a little wow-ish. Oh, shit. But today, like I said, these younger generations and their couples, relationships, it's like I'm thinking about my cousin right now. She's been married for at least 5 or 6 years because I know her third child is 5, so I'm not sure how long she was with this dude before they got married, but they're separated right now, and it's like I'm not really into the whole, well, you need to go sleep on the couch, or I need my space and some time to think. You might want to go stay at a hotel for a week or something. And no, she's going back and forth with sending him back to live with his mother, well, his parents or whatever. And it's a whole situation with the 3 kids that she has by him, and then the 2 that she had from her previous relationship. And it's like he's not responsible. I don't know what she fell in love with. I mean, because it clearly wasn't his appearance. He's a plus size dude, and it's just like, if you're gonna fall in love with a person's inside, I would think that you would be able to work it out. Just talk about whatever it is, and get through it some kind of way. But this ain't the case with them. I don't really understand. Like, his parents got tired of him, well, them bringing all of their parent marital maritable situations to them, and it's like there's a little generation gap because he's like 10 years older than my cousin. My cousin is like 27 years, or she'll be 27 this year, and on June 11th or whatever. And it's like I'm kind of talking about two different memes that I had posted on Instagram. So I'm kind of going back and forth on the topic of it being a commitment and when you should kind of throw in the towel and go your separate ways. But like I said, that's only with this younger generation. There's people like under 40 over here. They don't really grasp the whole concept of for better or worse through sickness and health, even when you're not married. I mean, it's just something that just, I mean, it's like, it's all fun and no ha, we're in love, and then a few years down the road you get like bored, and it's just like you got to do the same thing you did to get this woman or attract this man, whether it's buying her flowers and candy and or her just keeping her hair up and nails and everything maintained. It's like the inside, it's just like you can't be physically or verbally disrespectful to that other person. After a woman has kids and isn't able to get rid of, a little bit of that extra baby fat, he might want to just like roll his eyes at her and tell her, you ain't the same person who I fell in love with. You done gained weight, and that's physical. I mean, like on the inside, she should still be the same person that you liked and excuse me, wanted to like spend the rest of your life with. We all gonna get gray hairs and wrinkles, and the physical shouldn't be nothing but an introduction into who this person is. The guys, they're gonna go bald and get a beer belly too, maybe. I mean, depending on how their genes are, it's just the same thing. I don't think the Bible just really wants you to just shack up and live together, but you should like date a person for, I would say, at least a year, to get to know them and what they are about. I mean, it's like you see this person and you physically attracted to them, or you like like that they come to you and let them be the shoulder for you to cry on and that whole thing. But when you get in like a number of years, and everybody is going to have arguments and misunderstanding and stuff like that, and it's like no relationship is going to just always be quote unquote perfect. But like I was telling one of my Instagram friends, that whole you need to go sleep on the couch and go to a hotel or something and just let me, clear my head or whatever. No, that ain't me. I'm paying rent or paying the mortgage on this house. I'm not going no dadgum where and no just waste money because you think that you don't want me to be around. I mean, that's a cop out to me. I'm not really for that whole situation at all. And especially if you're married. I mean, there's this that whole for better or worse part, and that hit different for people over 40. I don't know about you, people in your early 20s and mid 30s or whatever. But if you're getting domestic, regardless of if you're the man or the woman, it's time to part ways. I'm thinking about that movie Norbit with Eddie Murphy in it, and Rasputia. She was this big woman, and she just was the dominant person in the relationship. And it's just like I'm not gonna, me personally, just I'm not gonna put up with any kind of domestic, physical abuse or verbal. It's just that ain't me. You can mumble under your breath whatever you want, but once it's loud enough for me to hear it, and you're calling me dumb and stupid or slow, and I need to lose some weight or anything like that, man. What you don't like, somebody else will love. That's how I see it. You shouldn't be trying to change nobody. I got I got two cousins that's married to white women, but my younger cousin, his wife told me this like a long time ago. You shouldn't be trying to change a person into something that they don't want to be. Like if you are from a, I guess, middle class, kind of surroundings or something, and the guy that you fall in love with is from a poor side of the family and is comfortable in jeans and t-shirt, you shouldn't just be trying to dress him up and throw him in front of your family like he's something that he's not. I'm just trying to fight these hiccups over here. But I mean, let the person dress, choose to wear whatever they want to meet your parents. That's gonna make them most comfortable around them, whether they're all high sedity or whatever. I'm thinking about the TV show Martin, when his girlfriend Gina was, you know, taking him to see her family for the first time, and he thought that he had to look and act a certain way to impress her father, and it was just a real catastrophe as far as their first time meeting. I mean, it was like it had him so nervous to where he just didn't know what to do with himself. Y'all who've seen that show know what I'm talking about. It's the same way with women. She might be fresh out the hood, or if you're white or something, she might be from the trailer park and just country and have poor posture and just all hunched over, and just it's how she just grew up being comfortable. You can't just like bring her to your high sedity, little social gatherings and expect her to know what's the difference between the salad fork and the shrimp fork, because that ain't her day to day. So you gotta accept a person for what they are, for who they are, and their background, where they come from. My favorite relationship was my first girlfriend. We hooked up like when I was in like the ninth grade, and we stayed together for a good 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years. And I could find nothing wrong with her. I mean, it was like she was short, like 5'2", 5'4", somewhere up in there, and I'm 5'9", almost 5'10", and she was a plus size girl. So, I mean, that wasn't an issue for me. I mean, I fell in love with this person's inside. I mean, she was a good Christian woman, like never smoked or drank or cursed or anything. Just had a nice personality and everything. And it's like the only reason I think that we kind of separated or broke up, however you want to look at it, was because her mother moved around a whole lot. Like during the 2 years, almost 2.5 years, she moved around about 3 or 4 times within like 2.5 years. I don't know what her mother did. I know her stepfather was like a painter or something like that, but she just moved around. And then it's like her older sister, she would call her sister, and then her sister would call me to keep it from being a long distance phone call when she had moved to Detroit. Every single time. If y'all could get in my messages, my comment section, and say, before you do another YouTube video, turn your phone off, dude. It's like I was looking on my Instagram DM and was expecting someone to message me something, so that's why I had my phone on. But I'll get back to her later. But we weren't going through anything, and just said, and didn't just say, I don't want to be with you. It's just like we stopped talking when the distance thing kind of affected us, because neither one of us had transportation, and it didn't work out. But for people who've been together a number of years, you got to find that spark. Like when you go to getting all kind of different kind of feelings when you hanging out with somebody outside your relationship, and seeing that all this time that you're investing into some new person, you should see that as a sign that you should be, trying to get back to what you fell in love with this other, your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, and trying to work that out. Because it's like somewhere down the line, one of you is going to see you with this other person and feel some type of way. And then well, I'm gonna try to do this now that I see that she's with somebody else, or he's got this new girlfriend and all like this, and cause some kind of altercation. Like it can get real ugly real quick when you jealous of who you see them with later on. You just took your time trying to improve yourself. But you'll catch on a little bit later. Like if it don't work out and y'all get back together, you can take your mistakes and learn from them. And when that new relationship kicks on, this is what I'm gonna do to keep this woman, because I don't want to lose my second soulmate behind some coulda, woulda, shoulda, and didn't. Man, if I could have, I don't know what I could have done to make it work out. Like I said, I didn't have transportation, and I had just started the job, which, like back in 1990, I was in the 10th grade. I was making minimum wage, so it was like really hard for me to save money and do the whole dating thing, like going out to the movies, or it was just, I guess looking back at it, it was just the wrong place at the wrong place at the wrong time, however that saying goes. But I ain't had just like a whole bunch of relationships after her, but there's no other woman that was comparative. Not that I should be comparing her or any other woman to how that relationship was, but all these chicken heads out here and these gold diggers and thoughts and carrying on. They just don't add up. Like people are like these days, they're just so out to just get over and be the one with the aha, I played you face, when that ain't what you need to be going into a relationship trying to do. There ain't no 50-50 in any relationship. One person is always going to be making more money than the other, or doing more at home. And it's like I was talking to this Instagram friend of mine, and her husband is in the military, defending our country, and she's the house mom. She goes home and irons the clothes and fixes the food and keeps the house clean. So it's doing, depending on how you look at it, everybody has a role in a relationship, and you just gotta appreciate what they bring to the table, whether it's the money for the roof over your head, or the meals that you cook for your husband and your kids and stuff like that. It's an equal, but then it ain't, because it's like these housewives are doing a thankless job that they're not really getting paid for. And like I said, it's just how you look at it. Everybody is pulling their weight some kind of way, but it's just all how you look at it. It's like you can't just like expect somebody to do a whole lot when they already got a job, and then got to come home and then put just as much effort as they did when they first got together, because it's physically draining. Like, if you don't have your own business and you working for somebody else, you got that boss looking over your shoulder and do it this way, and this giving out orders, and then you go home and you got your significant other over here. I need this attention right now. I'm going through something too, and it's like, man. I think I pretty much touched on everything that I was like looking to talk about from these memes that I've been, I keep glancing at over here. It says top 12 signs that it's time to move on from a relationship. You can Google that and see what I'm talking about. But if you got kids, please don't be so petty as to let the kids think that it's their fault that y'all are going through your marital or just relationship hangups, because they ain't got nothing to do with that. They just like caught in the crossfire, and y'all need to pull them to the side and let them know that It ain't got nothing to do with them. You putting the baby daddy or the father on child support when you already know that he was providing for them, that is just the most ratchetest thing you could do. Like, have some judge to say, well, you got to give this person $200 per child a month, and then you only get like partial custody. And I mean, you want to be petty and move further away from him just to, you know, poke this dead horse. It's real ugly for you to just be like that. You know, I'm talking to you women because I know that you want to sit on your rear end and just collect the check sometimes and just, you know, spend all that child support money on some expensive outfit or some high dollar bag that you can't afford because you didn't get it while you were in the relationship with this other person. And just go ahead and take a sharp knife and stick yourself, because that's, you shouldn't be like that. Who you become because of what's going on in your relationship is like, don't go down that route. God don't like ugly. You're gonna see how you end up, you know, trying to be like that. Find some kind of way to rekindle that spark. You get the kids off to grandmama's house or some kind of friend and keep them for the weekend, and y'all arrange a vacation. Go on a 3-day 2-night cruise or something, and just get you some hour time or whatever, and just work on what you first got into. That's my advice. That's coming from somebody who ain't currently with somebody right now. I'm over here living in Kissing Cousin County and doing 99% of my quote unquote dating online. People on social media. You know what I mean by sharing pictures in people's inbox and that whole thing. That's my dating life right now. But I'm gonna get into the comments a little below when y'all start responding, and we can go into depth. If you feel that I missed or didn't comment on a certain part of today's topic, that's going to do it for this week, folks. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. Like I said, leave a comment or two. Talk about your current relationship. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Share this video. Somebody else might be going through something and may need to hear what I've said in this video, and encourage them to work on whatever it is they're going through, and understand that there are rainy days and there are sunny days, and let's get back to them sunny days, because that's what makes these relationships work. You end up being with somebody for 40, 50, 60 years. That's a blessing. Like, you don't want to just grow old and like just have a whole bunch of cats as a companion. That is lame. Like, I do not want to spend another 20 years where I'm at right now. It's like I got some money coming in, and I'm going through something with my my driver's license being suspended. I'm trying to get that fixed before it does get suspended, but that's a whole nother story. But like I said, you want to like just stick with that person, because starting all over again and, hey, how you doing, my name is such and such, would you like to go out sometimes, that gets real hard to do if you ain't done it in a while, like me. So try to think about that before you just throw in the towel with the person who you're with. And on that note, I'm gonna get at you people at a later date. I holla.